Hello, PDHP parents. It's Carrie Ann Fitzgerald from the Program for the Development of Human Potential, and we are still talking about our preventive parent workshop. So, we talked about refusal skills last week, the idea of presenting different scenarios and coaching our kids and role playing out different ways that they would have an out. We're also in that time of having a lot of devices, so of course, using those devices for their benefit. Allowing our kids to message us if they feel that they're in kind of a difficult situation. Sometimes it's just maybe a symbol that they send you, and hey, I got to go pick up my child, or call them and tell them that they have to come home, whatever it is. But there are also other things that we can do that help our kids to lessen their risk factors at early initiation of drugs and alcohol and other substances. So there's a few. Exercise is one of those things. We know that naturally when you're exercising, the body releases these feel-good hormones, keeps the body strong, keeps the body healthy, keeps the mind engaged, and of course is something to look forward to. So any form of exercise that you can get it in with your kids or have them do, whether it's playing a game of basketball or taking a walk around the block, riding bikes, that kind of thing. If you have exercise equipment at home, if you're lucky enough to have that space, or you slide that treadmill underneath the bed, pull it out. Sometimes even just the good old-fashioned dancing in the kitchen together when the pasta water is boiling. We had a night like that a few weeks ago, and luckily I was able to listen to my music. It was very, very exciting. But just those little moments of exercise, and if you can make it a family affair, that's even better. Peer support. And I know it's really difficult these days. Schools shut down, they reopen. There's not as many extracurriculars to keep the kids together. But even just allowing some of those socially distant moments, allowing some support where they can FaceTime each other, so that they can be in connection with their peers. Even if it's just that one or two really good friends that they have. Professional support. We have access to many professionals. You have access to PDHP services. So keeping, any questions that you have, of course, you can always message me. If you have a prevention education or a prevention counselor in your school, you can always contact them and ask them a little bit. You can even just pull out the books that are in your kids' book bags and see if they have life skills or too good, that kind of curriculum. Those all go along with things that we do. So take a look at them, look at them with your kids, ask them about it. Wellness and self-management plans. Wow, that's a mouthful for kids, right? But think about it, giving them a little more jurisdiction when it comes to planning healthy things. Maybe it's when you're planning your menu for the week, get their input. What's a healthy snack that you really want to have? What's a new vegetable you'd really like to try? One time my daughter had said to us, can we have like a meatless day, during the week? So things like that. Talking about wellness, going to see doctors, how often you should go see them, things like that. Wellness and self-management plans. Also that idea of what's your go-to when you're feeling stressed out? What's your go-to when you're feeling angry, when you're uncomfortable with feelings? And even so, sometimes kids can be really uncomfortable because they're so excited and so happy. So how do they, kind of calm themselves a little bit? So, things like that. Looking into what that is, exploring that. Ask them, what do you do to feel better when you're feeling a little sad, when you're feeling a little bored? And then share, of course, your side of that. Medication compliance. We're in January, it's a new year. Clean out your medicine cabinets. Throw out very carefully and safely anything that's expired. Shop for things that, are in line for what your needs are, so you have what you need on hand, but keep it safe. Keep it in public, keep it maybe locked up, keep it out of eyesight, out of reach for the younger kids. Um, Talking about even prescription drugs, and how they're properly used, having those conversations. Because remember, we talked about that ease of procuring items, and sometimes it's just right in that medicine cabinet. Stress and anger management. Again, going along with that idea, how do you feel when? What are the things that you do? And a lot of times the kids will learn from us. So, what are the things that you want to do? What are teachable moments when you're feeling stressed out? Maybe it's writing lists so that you know what you need to accomplish first. Maybe it's venting to someone so you can get it off your chest. Whatever it is, share that with your kids, because a lot of times what has happened, and it's so interesting, our family therapist put it this way to me: when something is stressful in your life, your brain wants to protect you, so it looks for things. And if you don't have something to give it, it's going to search out things that are risky. Emotional and feeling identifications. Years ago in the diocese, we had a program called Emotional Literacy, and we really shared with the kids what it meant to feel a certain way. And a parent recently had said to me, remember, feelings are science. There's a science behind how you feel. And that's such a great way to put it plainly to our kids. It's not a choice, it's a science. But are our kids able to identify how they're feeling? A lot of times in some of our workshops, we put up feeling faces, and sometimes our counselors give these out as well. Feeling faces. I feel happy, I feel sad, and the face that goes along with it, like just a little drawn piece. And you can do that with your kids. That could be a Friday fun experience that you can have, drawing out these pictures that go along with feelings. Put them on your refrigerator. Talk about them. Give them an emotional vocabulary so they're able to say, hey, Mom, I'm feeling really, down today. I'm feeling really fatigued today. I'm feeling really sad, so that they can identify, and they can share how they can feel it so that you can work with it. Experiential calming techniques. That's another mouthful, right? What does that mean? Well, if you think about some of the mindfulness bits that we did, especially last year, sometimes we bring them in. These are some of the things that are calming techniques. They're an experience that you have that brings you a sense of calm. It could be something simple, like running water on your hands, putting a little cool water on your neck when you're feeling maybe overexcited, or it's hard to calm down. It could be grounding activities that we do. We did a couple in those holiday webinars, so if you're looking for one, take a look at that. That gives you an idea. It evokes the senses and it brings us back to the present moment. Meditation, prayer, sometimes just tactile things help out. A lot of kids used to like to do those slime projects that kind of like died in popularity, but things like that you can touch, you can feel. It gives your senses a different way to react. Extracurricular activities. Engaging our kids in extracurricular activities. Sometimes it's reading, sometimes it's sports, sometimes it's arts. So engaging in those activities that really fill your kids' bucket, things that they want to try, things that they're interested in. Communication between parent and kid. Sitting for a few minutes during one of those meals that you have together and just talking about your day. Sometimes it's modeling a conversation. Communicating how you feel. What's your standpoint on drugs and alcohol? Big, heavy picture, but still. A lot of parents sometimes say, maybe growing up they did it differently, but allowing your child to maybe bring kids over who are special to them. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Pop popcorn, watch a movie. Just that they have that togetherness. Or go out for a slice of pizza or a socially distant walk, right? Taking positive risks together as a family. That's a big one. You're showing your kids how to make decisions and how to try something new. And even if it's something that doesn't work and you don't like, you're able to say it. You're able to check it off. You're able to maybe find some benefit from it after all. So trying different things together. So as we go through, we're kind of wrapping it up, but there's still some more to discuss when it comes to this topic. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about warning signs and symptoms that are both physical and behavioral for parents to watch out for. Okay? Take care and have a great day.